the second insight. I own me versus you hurt me. This key brought great clarity to me regarding what is happening in our society with the Me Too movement. I asked the question, what must be true in these issues of sexual harassment and violation? Everyone was looking at it and discussing it from the perspective of hurt and justice. But that could not be fully accurate, because it was a terrific struggle to logically discuss it with my male friends or to reconcile it with my own experiences. The subjectivity of hurt, quote unquote, was muddying the waters of the discussion. It just didn't fit in all cases. To understand what I mean when I say something is fundamentally true, I mean it's true in every single case, even at the extremes. I'm not speaking of some esoteric or revealed truth, religious truth, nor am I speaking of a subjective truth, as in, well, that's true for you. I use the word truth to mean it matches. If one thing matches another, it can be said to be true. If what I say, it's raining outside, matches the observable reality, you look outside and there's rain, then what I said is true. It matches. In our society, we equate the amount of hurt someone feels from being violated with the degree of wrongness of the action that caused the hurt. The louder someone insists on how hurt or damaged they are, the more moral weight we seem to assign to the violation. In our legal system, the requirement to show damages in order to have a claim at all in many lawsuits exacerbates this issue in our society. It inextricably ties the concept of damage to a violation. How is this unhelpful? It results in women having to cry and insist more and more loudly that they are truly hurt, that these behaviors of discrimination, marginalization, groping, sexual harassment, or physical and sexual assault has harmed them in a vital way, before people are willing to take the matter seriously as a moral wrong or a legal wrong. It is still easy and common to dismiss their claims. What are you crying about? I just gently rubbed up on your butt. You're not hurt. There is a danger in teaching children that the correct standard of morality is to not hurt others. It is a false standard in many cases. A true principle must be true in every case. When a dentist hurts you when drilling a cavity, is that immoral? No. You've given permission for the interaction with the understanding that it might hurt in the moment, but it will benefit you in the long run. So instead, I followed logic. If my body is my property, then no one should touch my property or use it for their benefit or pleasure without my permission. If they do, that is a violation of my property. It has nothing to do with whether I'm physically or even emotionally hurt. The violation is complete by the act alone. If someone enters my home without permission, they don't have to burn it down for it to be trespassing. It doesn't matter if the house was harmed or not, or whether I felt upset or not. There might be extenuating circumstances that commute the punishment, right? That lower the punishment, such as a life-threatening emergency, but the violation is complete upon the act itself. My toothbrush is my property. I have a right to its exclusive use and to decide who, if anyone, I'd be willing to share it with. If someone uses my toothbrush without my permission, they deny me that right forever. Now, some people have a more relaxed attitude about who uses their toothbrush. Others are very strict and will immediately buy a new one if someone else uses it. As a distinction, if someone picks up my toothbrush and moves it while they're cleaning the bathroom, that is very different than using my toothbrush. If a person accidentally bumps my shoulder on a crowded bus, that is very different than intentionally grabbing my bum for their own gratification. An inherent part of the right of ownership in your body is the right to reserve intimate touching and experiences only for select partners. Touching someone without their permission, especially for your own benefit, for control or pleasure, is a violation of their property right in their body. This insight, to accept my full property right in my body and focus on any act violating that property right, rather than any subjective standard of harm, helped me enormously in 3 ways. 1, I knew I could easily and logically articulate to others my property right in my own body, which gave me strength, confidence, and conviction, and a sense of peace. 2, property ownership and exclusion were a concept that men could easily understand without resorting to blame and shame. 3, it eliminated the psychological need many victims deal with of needing to hold on to and even accentuate their hurt to prove that a violation indeed took place. This is a powerful key to healing that I will address in more detail through the book. Ask yourself and write down, what messages have you received that imply that you don't fully own your own body? Have you been told in words or experienced actions by others that imply that your body is not your sole and exclusive property to use as you choose, but rather an instrument to serve or provide pleasure to others? Write down some of those messages. What do you now understand?